All right. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Yakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And this is an article from WSJ, and it says here, Jacob's Rothschild, British banker, and philanthropist, dies at 87. But we know that, we know that the Rothschilds, especially they're part of the elite banker families, and part of Esau's a nation, and ever since Jacob died, we've been seeing the elites moving forth with their NWO, trying to prepare, trying to get everything ready to go, man, to press that green button, So as I say that, he died on Monday, and this article came out today in the afternoon, and it says here, the latest of the rapidly growing Smokehouse Creek fire in Texas. And this is from I think CNN News. What are we covering here? A massive wildfire is tearing through the Texas Panhandle and part of Oklahoma, destroying homes and forcing residents to evacuate. Meanwhile, several other wildfires are burning nearby. At least one person in Texas has died as a result of the fire. An official has said the Smokehouse Creek fire has scorched more than 850,000 acres of land in Texas and another 31,000 acres in Oklahoma since igniting Monday afternoon. So this has been going on since Monday. So Salak, and the article just came out on Wednesday. This article, and 3% contained, according to the State Forest Service. It's now the second largest fire in Texas state history. The extent of the damage from the fires is still being assessed, but homes are burnt in Oklahoma and at least two Texas towns. One Hemphill County, Texas official says homes have burnt in almost every direction. Parts of multiple Texas counties were ordered to evacuate Tuesday or told to shelter in place as the fire encroached on the populated areas. And stopping right there. So there's this fire has been burning since Monday, since Jacob died, man, and there's no coincidences. Everything happens at its a point of time. So we know it's not a coincidence. And in total, skipping all the way down, it says in total over 1,057,000 acres have been burnt by the fires across both states, man. So in total, a lot of acres has been burnt. And if you go to Safari and you look up what Texas and Oklahoma, what they produce, man, and Texas is known for its cotton production, and tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, watermelon, peaches, and berries. So it's a lot of crops that has been burnt, man, and I'm pretty sure there's a few animals in there that has been burnt too, man. And we know that famine is on the rise, and there's for Oklahoma, the major crop there is that they produce, man, is read it in here. It says winter wheat is the most important crop in Oklahoma agriculture. Annually, it occupies over one half of the cash receipts from crops, man. And you look up winter wheat, and that's the most they make their money off of the most crop that's produced in Oklahoma is winter wheat. And you look up winter wheat, and hard winter wheat makes bread and noodles, and soft winter wheat makes things salty and sweet. And they are used to make flour for yeast breads or are blends with soft springs wheat and all-purpose flour used in a wide and variety of baked products, man. So each state has its own production, but it's just mind blowing that out of nowhere a lot of acres has been just burnt, man. But either way, we know that it's prophecy and there's gonna be a famine, man. You know that's gonna hit, and that's gonna touch down. As people still going about and still eating, going to fast foods, man. All that is about to stop. You know, all that fast food eating and all that going to the grocery stores and getting some bread, some cheese, and some meat to make a sandwich. All that is about to stop, man, because a great famine is gonna come upon the land, man. And reading on, this is another article. It says catastrophic wildfires in Texas Panhandle and Oklahoma have cherried more than 1 million acres. The largest smokehouse. Did I read this already? No. All right. The largest smokehouse creek fire has scorched 850,000 acres in Texas and also has stretched into Oklahoma, where it has burnt nearly 31,600 acres as Wednesday afternoon, according to Oklahoma Forestry Service spokesman. The blaze is closing in on the largest fire on record in Texas. The East Armillo Complex fire, which burnt 9,245 acres in 2006. Since Monday, over 1,057,000 acres have been burnt by the fires across both states, according to officials, with burned acres still growing. And most of the fires have little to no containment, man. And as these fires go off, man, you can't tell me there's not crops being burnt, especially that's being grown in these two states, that's being grown to be sold off to you Americans, So as I say that, we know that these devils are moving, because there's a lot of stuff coming out on these devils, and a lot of information that brothers are bringing up on these devils, and they're moving with their agenda, and of course they're gonna cause a order out of chaos, and getting a few scriptures. And this is Second Ezra chapter 15 through 16. Chapter 15, verse 16 through verse 26, Salat. And I'm gonna just read a little, little by little, because it goes into a great tribulation. It goes into Jacob's trouble. You know, and this is 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And a man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. And we can already see that's going on, what's going on in NYC, man. In New York City, man, with with all the immigrants that's coming over from the border, and the Latin tribe that's coming over from the border, not having a roof, not having food to feed their family, not having a roof over their head, especially when they first came, it was cold as hell, and they was freezing out there, and a lot of people are treating them like they're not human, and it's just tensions on both sides that is growing, and will eventually lead to violence, man. No matter what, it'll lead to violence, man. Because they're getting, the Latin tribe over there, they're getting benefits that the everyday American that works, that's not getting, that's barely surviving, man. So it's causing tensions between the Latin tribe and the everyday average Americans, and this will cause violence in the cities, man, to where people will be afraid to go out, and reading on Salah 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread, a lack of food, and for great tribulation. Yeah, because a lot of people are going to be taking up arms and taking up the sword against one another, man, for a lack of food, man. Because recently they just said they wasn't going to send truckers were going to stop sending food, stop going over there, to stop delivering food there, man, to NYC, man. And very well it could be to where NYC could go into a lawless state, man, to where the laws is none and void, to where anything goes and anything can happen, man. For the people there, it could very well be to where the people wouldn't regard the police, wouldn't regard their governors, and it'll just be lawless, and what would that cause, man? It will cause martial law to be implemented, man, and it will cause shutdowns and Salak and curfews, so and then rations, people, is gonna get bad to where people aren't gonna be able to go out to the stores and go get their everyday necessities, because it's either gonna be ransacked or it's gonna be a lawless time, to where it's gonna be a lack of resources, man, a lack of bread, and as I say, a lack of bread, there's not gonna be enough resources for everybody. So the ones that bears arms, they're gonna be taking it from the ones that has it stored up in their house, since every store is gonna be ransacked, and behold, verse 20, and behold, it says power, Yahweh I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south and from the east, and Labanus, Labanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done unto them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus said the Lord power. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he sees what all these nations have done to his elect, man. And he's gonna come back and render judgment, and he's already doing it by the way of a famine, of great pestilence, and of the sword, man. And it's only gonna intensify, during these times. It's only gonna get worse, And verse 22, my right hand shall not spare sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth, man. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and has consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Woe to him that sin and keep not his commandments, said the Lord. And I want to go back up to verse 23, and it says, the fire is gone forth of his wrath, and has consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled, man. So think if you have some wheat, man, some hay, how easy is can you light hay, and how easy is it to burn, man? Hay is very ignitable, man. A little spark, man, can inflame, a hay barrel, man. So just imagine Yahweh Bashim Yahushai going forth and rendering his judgment, and not sparing any sinners, man. And he relates sinners to a straw of hay that is being lighted up by fire, man. And you when you light hay, when you light straw, man, it ignites very fast, and it's very flame. You can ignite it, man. You can ignite it. And he related the sinners to straw, man. So when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai starts rendering his judgment, man, he's not sparing none, man. He's going through, and he's smiting people with his righteous judgment, man. And even on verse 25, it says here, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sinned against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's not going to spare in that day, man. He's not going to spare when his judgment goes forth, man. And he knows everybody who's sinned against him, which means that they sinned against their prophets. They talked down, they mocked, they scoffed, they didn't take heed, man. They said there is no Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. They said it was foolishness to believe this truth, man. But then when all hell breaks loose, and they need answers, and they need mercy, man. They're gonna be searching to and from the four corners of the winds looking for the prophets, man, and they're not gonna be able to find them, man. And if they do, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sees fit, you know, maybe he'll have mercy and give them the knowledge. But other than that, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not gonna be sparing these people, man, that had enough time to take heed and to listen before all hell breaks loose, before his judgment and his wrath it goes forth throughout the earth, man. And this regards Jacob's trouble, man. Because very well, all those acres that were burnt, in Texas and in Oklahoma could have been could have very well been a major part in the productions of the of everyday necessities that the Americans use, and it doesn't say specifically what products or what crops have been burnt, but it's acres and it's people's homes, man, that has been burnt, man, and that's a lot of acres, man. 1 million and some acres. It couldn't have just been just grass, and trees. It had to be crops too, man. But it could very well have been a major necessities for the everyday Americans, man. And it just gives you brothers something to think about, that these devils, they're planning to implement their mark of the beast, man. The microchip, man. The MOTB, So as I say that, man, they gotta do something big, and we brothers been pushing that. They're just waiting on a big event to where they can take advantage of, and it can very well be a lot of multiple. They could very well use multiple things, man, to go ahead and start this NWO, So as I say that, we see that these devils are moving, that they're gonna come with a great wrath, man, because they only got a short amount of time, and once they come with their once they come with their MOTB, man, it's a wrap. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna send a fire to their bosom, while they're eating, man. And he's gonna come back and beam up his elect, the ones that stood stiffly and that watched and prayed, his watchmen, the elect, the 144,000 that stood stiffly, for his name, man. So, we know that these devils, they're moving, and we just gotta be watchful, man. We gotta stay prayed up, because any day, any second, we'll just wake up and our whole everyday routine, our whole everyday life will be changed, man. And we, and the brothers that's been in this truth will understand, that's been in the truth for a long time, as you can kind of see the apostles, of GMS who's been in the truth for 30 plus years, man. They seen the world change before their eyes, man. And that's not a big, that's not a light light thing to bear, man. You know, but they still hold on to this truth with all truth and sincerity. So, you know, double and honors to the elders at GMS who root well in the truth, man, and who taught me and brothers before me and then after me, man. You know, for they've been in this truth for 30 plus years, man. That's not a light burden to carry, man. You know, they seen a lot of they seen a lot of things happen, man. You know, and one scripture that I want to get, if I can remember, it's a lot. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 18, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth with knowledge increaseth with sorrow, man. And the apostles been in this truth for 30 plus years, man, and they have a lot of wisdom, but all that wisdom, you know, it just you know, it includes much grief, man, and much sorrow, you know, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai has given the apostles all that wisdom, and sometimes, you know, in this truth, man, you feel like, you know, you'll get all this wisdom, but sometimes you wouldn't even want it, man, because it'll just come with great sorrow, man, and you wouldn't be able to see the world how you wouldn't be able to you'll see the world different. So like, yeah, you'll see the world different from how other people see it, man. You know, and it's a sorrowful. You know, it comes with a lot of sorrow, man. You know, so all that wisdom that the apostles have, man, they carry a whole a heavy burden, you know, upon them, man. You know, and it's not a light affliction, man. You know. So I know I kind of got off topic there, but you know, it just reminds me that, you know, that the apostles, they've been teaching for a long time, man, and they should get their respects, man. You know, especially because they didn't fall out, man, and they didn't go to the dark side, man. You know, they kept going, and they kept teaching brothers, man. You know, so you know, they deserve respect, you know. You know, so as I say that, you know, we are in these times that any event could throw off, could go ahead and trickle down. So like, not throw off, but trickle down the domino effect to where Jacob's trouble is being is fully in you know, you're gonna know when Jacob's trouble is fully in effect, man. You know, so you know, it could very well be that that any time, you know, that these devils could use any event, you know, for example, the solar eclipse, or so like the solar flare, you know, to push their NWO, man, you know, or the immigrants in NYC, the Latin tribe in NYC, man. You know, they could very well use that to push shutdowns, you know, and and curfews and rations, man. And they're doing it little by bit, bit by bit. But soon, they're just gonna come down, and they're just gonna show their hand, man. You know. So, I just, I would. It's a lot for rambling, and I hope this lesson was edifying. So, we just we gotta watch and pray, man, because these devils, they're moving, man, and it could very well be that they have they're trying to forward their NWO and by going ahead and starting that famine, man. Because right now people are still able to go out and work and go get food and go get everyday necessities, but just think when all that is cut out, how will the world be, man? And it's ultimately all that's gonna come from it is death, man, and chaos, and the everyday American, especially the 2/3, man, they complain about just being in line and waiting for their damn food. So just imagine when they can't go to the grocery store, or they can't go and buy clothes or buy Pampers or buy everyday necessities that they need for their families. What will the world turn into, man? And it's not a pretty sight to look at, man. Because these people out here, they're basically maniacs out here, man. And they're just in a calm mindset while this system is up and running, but sooner or later, man, they gon' turn into damn maniacs, man, which they already are maniacs. But that's because the society is still up and running, man. They can still go out and get their everyday necessities, but sooner or later, man, when the society breaks down, and it is breaking down, but when it collapses, man, these damn people are gonna turn into damn maniacs, man. And if you ever watched the Purge movie, that's a good example about showing when the society, basically when the society collapsed, man, people are just damn near animals, man. And they do whatever that's well, they do whatever that they feel like, man. Basically. And a lot of people here, they're damn near maniacs, but since the society is up and running, they can't show it, man. And since the laws are still in place, but just imagine when shit hits the fan, man, and the laws aren't in effect, man, and people could do whatever, man, especially the men, and especially the immigrants and the Latin tribes and all these other nations that came across the border. When they get here, when the laws isn't in effect, man, they're gonna exercise them to the fullest, man. They're gonna do whatever that stands in their power, man. Nothing's gonna be able to stop them, man. And all it is gonna lead to order out of chaos. And we could very well see that. And we're just here to warn you, brothers, and to tell you that we are very close, to Jacob's trouble, man. So, I hope this lesson was edifying to you, Akim, that's out on the around and about the four corners of the earth, so I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Yakwadash, double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth without truth and sincerity. And Shalom to Yuakim and Akwath that are watching and praying, you know. So, you know, Shalom.